I've seen a lot of people lately, over the past couple of years, I shouldn't just say lately, but over the last couple of years, talk about how people are drinking less and less, and people are becoming sober or just deciding to be sober, which is great that people are deciding to make healthier choices. But at the same time, when I hear it, I kind of always feel like it's so like unfair because for me, just my personal experience, I was diagnosed with epilepsy at 17, so I couldn't drink. I just couldn't drink, and I'll probably put it up on the screen somewhere. It's like, alcohol affects, medication or any sort of binge drinking can cause seizures, which is pretty scary and it's pretty serious. So for me, ever since I mean, 17, it was, no drinking. And it was honestly pretty disappointing to hear that, like, right before your 21st birthday, you have a doctor's appointment, and your doctor tells you, "Yeah, you should try to limit it to, like, 2 drinks." So, that's not fun to hear. But the last couple years, I've been pretty sober, mostly sober. I've had a few drinks here and there. Really, the only time I ever drink is when I'm with family, because there's never any pressure to drink or do anything crazy, because they like fully understand my situation and fully understand everything. The only time there's any pressure to drink something is to taste like a new drink that's come out. So my brother and sister really love to like try new things and they want me to like try new things and involve me in that. So that's, like, fun. It's like being, like, a kid trying candy, giving candy, so, that's sort of the feeling, which is a weird comparison, but that's kinda what it's like. It's pretty exciting, you have that one little moment of, like, excitement in life with drinking, and the rest of your life, you don't. But honestly, I think being sober has been great for me. I've had really no desire to drink whatsoever, and most of my family aren't really crazy about drinking either. I mean, we have our get-togethers and family reunions or whatever, and you drink then, because it's like a party. But that's fairly normal, just in my experience. Maybe not for other people, but even then, I don't have any desire to drink any sort of alcohol whatsoever. But I do remember a time in, like, my life when I was, like, around the age of 21, maybe a little bit younger, when all of my friends were going out, drinking, going to parties and stuff like that, especially after I turned 21 and when everyone was turning 21, I would just see on social media, like, all these fun things, like, I had my first legal drink, I bought my first drink legally, and all this stuff, and I was like, "Well, I kind of want that." But at the same time, it was like I knew my situation, with the whole seizure thing. I hate saying epilepsy, but it's kind of whatever. So it was like weird to see. It was a weird feeling. It's bittersweet. Honestly, the best way to describe it. It's just bittersweet because you want those exciting moments in your life, but at the same time, you don't really care, and you have to kind of like stay disciplined at some sort of capacity. I guess that's the best way to describe it is you have to stay disciplined and not do it for your health specifically. And not a lot of people understand that, but that'll kind of be another topic for another video, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I remember when I was like 21 and my brother and sister were going out and all these like things were like happening. All my friends were going out. And when people knew that I didn't drink or didn't want to drink or that I can't drink really, people just didn't invite me to things, which was super like sad. It's like it was just sad. I was really depressed for a long time because it was like I still want to go out and talk to people, meet people, and all these things, but some people just kind of felt like I had to drink to you know, be involved or go to a party. And, you always hear the thing is, "Oh, that's not your thing. That's not your thing, so you wouldn't wanna go." Which sometimes is true, but most of the time it wasn't. and it has never really been true, because I still like going out and meeting people. The whole drinking aspect, doesn't have to be a part of going out. That's at least how I felt. Maybe it's because I don't drink at all, like, really, and I've never really drank because right before, I was 21, I started having seizures, and it kind of affected the way I feel about drinking and the way I kind of perceive it. But now that people are starting to be sober and not go to bars and go out and stuff like that, and you hear more and more people talk about it, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice seeing that other people just aren't drinking, and that's the main focus of having a fun night. And I mean, from my experience, most of the people I grew up with and all my friends growing up, when we got towards the age of 21, it was, they all wanted to party and drink. And if you didn't, you weren't cool. That was like the thing. And that sort of bothered me because I had no desire to drink whatsoever. And then my diagnosis of epilepsy happened. So it was just kind of like double the reason not to drink or care about drinking at all. And that's all everybody wanted to do because you get to the age of 21, it's like, that's super exciting. You can finally drink. Unless you're like in a different country and it's like 18 years old, but that's not the point. So I don't really know how I've always felt about all of my experiences with drinking. Obviously I've already said that I think it's nice that people are making healthier choices and not drinking, but that's just me personally. Obviously, there's a lot of people who still love to go out, love to get drunk, love to drink, all that sort of stuff, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I don't really care. It's not something I that I think about, all the time. But obviously, when I see all these podcasts and all these like posts on social media that, younger people are stopping drinking, they're not drinking as much as, people used to in the past. Uh, you know, I like seeing that a little bit because I think it's cool that I can finally like go out and feel normal, even though I'm getting older. I'm becoming, you know, what people would call unk. I've been called that once or twice, and that's fantastic. But, it's just nice to see that, you know, my situation doesn't have to play a part in whether I go out or not, or whether people invite me to something, because truly, I don't think it matters. I never really thought that it mattered drinking or not. I think if you just want somebody to go out or not, you eh, invite them. That's what you do. And maybe I've always perceived myself differently, and people just didn't invite me because they didn't want me around. Uh, I guess I also don't really care about that because that is what it is. If people don't want me around, people don't want me around. But if it's truly just solely based on the fact that, oh, you're not gonna have fun or you're not gonna, like being around, it's not your thing, we're gonna drink. I think that's not something that you should, factor in to having me out. So my personal experiences with alcohol and drinking has just been like really weird and not normal, would say. I kind of want to know what you guys are thinking, what your thoughts are. So if you want to leave a comment about your thoughts on, people being sober or maybe my situation, you can comment on that. Sure, go ahead. Uh, but leave a comment. I want to know what you're thinking. And also, while you do that, you could also leave a like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And I'm going to end the video here. Peace.